Leo. Welcome to your 5-card movie star spread. As per usual, you can click right on that description box below and it will talk about the significance of the spread as well as the placement of each card. Carefully calculating and measuring out your movement forward. So we have the Knight of Wands in the inverse. This is the guy who just seizes the day, the one who just rushes in there and makes a whole bunch of changes and doesn't think about how those changes are going to affect anybody. And it's funny that I'm shaking my fist because in the upright, if this was a love spread, I would say this is the guy who rides into town with his dick in his hand. Yeah. So this is you holding back. This is you not wanting to be that chaotic energy that comes in and makes a bunch of changes. This is you withholding your passion. This is you withholding your pride. And this is you not wanting to be somebody's knight in shining armor. The antagonist in the situation is a lot of hard work. So you are recognizing that you want to step back from being the workhorse in this particular situation. You're recognizing that you're constantly carrying a situation and it is time for you to let somebody else do some of that hard work in order to achieve the legacy that you are building towards. So if this is a vocational spread, you are recognizing that you are constantly doing all the work and it's time for somebody else to contribute. If this is a personal relationship, you are recognizing that you are carrying the relationship and you want to have a conversation or a check-in with the person to see where it is that you want to go and figure out how to balance these things equally. Your journey here is justice. And your overall is legacy. So what I'm seeing is that you really care for this project. You really care about this job. You really care about this person. Whatever it is that you're dealing with means something to you. And you want to make sure that there is equal footing moving forward. Because if you're constantly carrying it, then the other person might wind up in a place that they don't want to go. You might steer the ship in a direction and then they might have cold feet and step back. You feel like if you keep carrying this, then you won't, if you keep carrying this on your own accord without input from the other energy or entity that's involved, or person, then there won't be victory had for both parties. And if you can't have victory for both parties, you don't only want victory for yourself. This is a group effort. This is a duo. This is not just about you, and you recognize that. Because if this was about you, you would just ride into town. But there's another person involved, or other people. And you recognize that you can't be the driving force behind them, or they might not get what they need out of the situation. This is very interesting, Leo. Ooh. Lack of communication and forward movement. Stagnation due to indecision. The Empress in the inverse is the card of the highest point of creation. Not willing to create. So it might be that you were moving forward with a project and you recognize that the other person hit the brakes. Or you will hit the brakes on this and continue not to make choices if the other person doesn't contribute. So I'm getting two storylines out of this. Either you're the workhorse in this situation and you're tired of carrying everybody and everything. Or you're the workhorse in this situation and you feel that you need other people's input to make sure that you're going in the right direction. Or let me rephrase that. You feel like you are the workhorse in this particular situation, and you feel that if you keep going in the direction that you want, then the other person will eventually see the direction that they're going and back out. Okay? You and somebody else, or you in a particular group, Leo, are not on the same page. And it seems to me like you're the only person who's recognizing that. It is time for the adults to have an adult conversation. Is the person that you're working with a mature enough adult that they can have this conversation with you? I certainly hope so. Leo, I hope you found a message that serves your highest good. I applaud you for recognizing that you're carrying this as far as you have so far, and that it is time to have this adult conversation and do something about it in order to get the resources in line to be where you want them to be. I really hope you found a message here that serves your highest good, and I will see you next week.